Why don't you give us kind of the mood of the team? They
Mm-hmm.
know all of the playoff disappointment. They know
Sure.
how sort of jaded the fans are. They exceeded expectations in the regular season. Because of that, are they? Do they look like a confident bunch, or are they just kind of weary of all this?
Yes, I don't want to pretend like I've been with them all year because I haven't, but I watch all their games, of course, and I follow all the storylines. But I've been at Kettler the last 3 days. I'll be, of course, at the games 1 and 2, covering it for the station. So, you just get a little feel, right, based on talking to the guys in the locker room and Trotz. They all seem weirdly relaxed. Like, I think without the piano on their back of the President's Trophy, #1 seed, expected to walk right through. I mean, most people are picking Columbus in this series. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. All the percentages and all the experts, the media experts are picking Columbus. The Corsi percentages are all over the place. Columbus, Columbus, Columbus. I think they're feeling like, hey, you know what? We surprised people. We won the division. We are, we have home ice, of course. We got better as the season went along. We've injected youth. We overcame all the free agent defections, the cap issues. Ovechkin's back. We have our goaltender that we want. Barry Trotz said it the other day. He goes, pressure? I'm not feeling any pressure. I mean, this is a guy who could get fired in less than a week and a half if they lose this series or not renewed on his contract. And we all know about the past playoff history, as as everybody knows. I think they're pretty loose. Surprisingly, they've been tight in years before. You can sense that being around them. Maybe it'll change as the series goes along if they're down 1-0, 2-0, heading to Columbus, but I think they're pretty loose.
Chris, we had Greg Wyshynski on the show yesterday, and he basically said that he thinks that Trotz will be let go anything short of a Stanley Cup final. Because I said that Trotz, if he loses to the Blue Jackets, that seals his fate.
Yeah.
It's a lock. He gets, he doesn't get his contract renewed. But Wyshynski took it a step further, saying it's Stanley Cup Finals or bust for Barry Trotz. Do you agree?
Like Dusty Baker and the Nats needed to get past the first round, or he would, and I kept telling people that last year, and everybody kept saying I was crazy. Ultimately, that's what happened. I think Barry does need, and the Caps do need to get past the second round. So it's not only Columbus, it's the winner of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, which, as we know, Ben Roethlisberger and Le'Veon Bell put up a touchdown win in Game 1 last night against Philadelphia. So it'll probably be their demons, Pittsburgh, quite honestly, again in the second round, again. You just can't lose a Game 7 at home again. So ultimately, I think as long as they get to the conference finals, that keeps Barry around. I think anything short of that, probably. I don't know any inside information, but probably you have to almost look at a different direction. Remember, they extended the general manager, Brian McClellan, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month and a half ago, roughly. They did not, of course, extend Barry Trotz. Yesterday, we asked him. He said, look, he's like, you asked that question to the GM, the ownership. I don't care. I'm not worried about it. And I think by going with Grubauer, guys, I don't know if you agree. I think by going with Grubauer, he's saying, look, I'm not feeling any pressure. I don't care. I'm going with what my gut instinct tells me, what my eyes and my hockey acumen tells me, and I'm not worried about, if it doesn't work out and if it backfires, I'm going to look really bad. He doesn't care about that stuff, I don't think.
Yeah, well, good for him, and we're rooting for him. So I really want to see him pull through.
Yeah.
I hope he can. He's such a nice guy.
He is. He's a great guy.
He's so easy to root for.
Just a great guy. And, I have a little special connection with him because we both have kids with Down syndrome. So, I'm rooting like hell for the guy.
Right.
Of course. And you guys have him on every week. You guys know, he's not only a good guy, but he's a noble guy. He's a... now, that being said, I love the decision to go to Grubauer. Mm-hmm. The one thing I want to see them do in this series, and I don't know if people are talking about this enough, they were last in shots on goal per game in the NHL regular season, and that was pretty consistent. It's not like they went from 15th to worst as the season. They've been last for a long time. They preach quality shots over quantity. I got that. I understand that when you have high-end skill players, when the third and fourth lines, and even at times when the second line are on, when power play 2 unit is on, meaning no Ovechkin and other guys are on, you have to fire the puck, especially in the playoffs. You've got to get traffic in front of the net because so many teams score on little loose rebounds, cheap deflections. You saw Vegas last night. The one and only goal they scored was a double deflection from the point. Shoot the damn puck. They don't shoot it enough, in my opinion.
How did Holtby respond? Like, I'm assuming he was a pro's pro. He's totally supportive of Groovy and everything. And then did you get a sense from the guys that they felt like this was the right decision, but they also probably didn't give you anything either. But did you get any sense?
Yeah, I mean, Holtby, as Joe B told you guys last hour, Holtby handled it with class, professionalism. He talked to the media. It was brief on Tuesday after Grubauer actually told us the decision. I don't know if he was supposed to do that or not. So that was a little bit of a surprise. I thought, that decision would come from either Trotz or not come until yesterday or maybe even the game day skate this morning. So whatever. Holtby handled it with class, dignity, professionalism. He knows, and Trotz emphasized this, it's a game one decision. It's not a, hey, this is never going to change. Now, of course, Grubauer, if he plays well, even if they lose tonight, 2-1, 3-2, I think Grubauer will be back in the net game two. I don't think this is a one-game decision unless it's a 6-7 goal performance by Columbus, that type of thing.